at least 3 weeks, we've been teaching kind of podcast style.
Yeah.
Podcast style on this AI love.
Yeah.
AI love. How do you find authentic love in an artificial world? How do you find an artificial love, real love, authentic love in an artificial world? So we're going to tap into part 3 today.
Part 3.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
If y'all ready, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So let's just jump straight into it. Let's go ahead and get in trouble from the outset. Go to Judges chapter number 16. All right. Judges chapter number 16. And Pastor Sonja has already warned everybody. And today, I want y'all to be clear. We're going there. We're going there. We are going there today. Judges chapter number 16. If you got it, say, I got it.
I got it.
If you don't have it, say, hold up, wait a minute. All right, I'm waiting. That's cool. We're excited about this. We are excited about this series, part 3 of AI Love. Judges chapter number 16, verse number 6. If you don't have it, don't even trip. It's right here on the screen. It says this. So Delilah said to Samson, tell me the secret of your great strength. And, watch this. Watch what she says. How you can be tied up and subdued. Check out what Delilah said. Peep Delilah. Delilah says, tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up. Lord, why she want me tied up? And subdued. Judges chapter number 16, verse number 6.
Swallowed.
Have you ever been?
Have you ever been?
This is, okay, y'all come back for a real church.
Those of you that don't know what we're talking about, don't worry about it. Don't
even worry.
Don't worry about it.
Just answer it.
Y'all the real saved people. Y'all the real.
Delilah said, tell me the secret of your great strength. We want to talk for a few moments from this title for today's conversation, Killer Secrets. Killer Secrets. Yeah. So we've been saying in a world that's digital, we think that everyone is honestly still looking for something even deeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're looking, as you just stated, we're looking for a real love in an artificial world. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the reality is real love, watch this, if you're looking for something to write down, this is a good point. It's not on the screen, but I think it's worth writing. Real love requires something of you. Real love is going to require something of you. That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Love, I love it. Love God's way will demand something of you. I think that's important for us to understand.
Yeah, and that's important because a lot of times when we're thinking of love, I just want somebody to love me. Oftentimes we're thinking from the perspective of something that we want to be given to us. But when Scripture, God's way, talks about love, 1 Corinthians talks about love is patient. Love is kind. Right? Love work is no evil. It keeps no record of wrong.
I don't like that one. That's the part of the Scripture
that's not giving. That's not giving. That's not giving. When you read about love, it's all about what you're doing. When you're placed in situations, circumstances, in pits and valleys, and how do you react to those things is what we're talking about, God's way of love. So when we're saying, if you want love, if you really want love, if you're seeking for a real love, love is going to require something from you. Now, I know we've been heavy on singles, heavy on dating, but this one, we're going to really lean into some marriage principles today because we believe that everybody's typically, if I probably would take a survey in the room, probably if you're not already married, at least want to be married at some point. Some of y'all listen, I'm good right now. Some of you say, hey, I'm good right now, but I do want to be prepared. I do want to be ready. And one of the I guess evidence of having faith or being wanting to have something or believing you're going to get something is how you prepare for it. If you really believe that God has something for you, ask your neighbor, how are you preparing for it? So those of you that are not married, I want you to lean in today, because if in fact you want to be married someday, whenever, 5, 10 years from now, or 5 days from now, amen. Somebody say, I'm available right now. Whatever that time frame is, we want you to be ready. Okay, so I want you to lean in today and take some notes.
Absolutely. Marriage, God's way, is going to demand something of you. You will not be able to stay the same.
Yeah.
All right? Let's just go ahead and get that out the way. You will not be able to stay the same because marriage is one of God's greatest tools to sanctifying us.
Yes.
All right? Marriage is one of God's greatest tools to sanctifying us. You want to know how I know? You know, when we talk about the Bible is the one book where you don't just read it, it reads you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Marriage,
yeah.
Watch this, is a mirror.
Absolutely.
Are y'all writing this down? Marriage is a mirror. What you see in your spouse most often has something to do with the investment you made or failed to make in them. Marriage is a mirror. What you see in your spouse most often is reflective of the investment or lack thereof that you made into them. So a desire for love must be accompanied by a desire to look, watch this, within and ask the question. Here's the question for those that want to be, going to be, desire to be. What is God demanding of me to be before I get married? Should have been a rapper. Or now that I am married, what is God calling me to be? Right?
That's important, because a lot of, okay, so the marriage, the whole idea, and I think what we have to sometimes look back and just kind of pan out and really ask the question, like, is this something that I'm ready to be in? Because when you said that marriage is a mirror, like before, and I tell y'all, and I'm gonna be transparent, you know, I've always been kind of perfect. Kind of, you know, I give myself a little grace because Jesus is here, so he's perfect. And then, you know, but well, no, it's a little running joke I have with a couple of people. But here's the thing, when I got married, let me tell you, see, I thought that I was the best communicator ever. Oh no, I am very articulate. And when I want to do something, I know how to explain every single way, every single crook, every single plan. I do a whole outline of what it is that I want. I think that's very clear. Yeah. I thought that was very clear. However,
testify.
However, once I got married, I found out I was not as good a communicator than I thought I was. Because everything I said, he did not understand.
Because here's the thing, because oftentimes we think communication is expressing what we want to say. But communication is not simply expressing what I want to say. Mm-mm. I have to express what I'm trying to say in a language that the person I'm communicating with can understand. So, well, you know, you always, and then it was like, okay, you got it off your chest, and I'm glad and I'm grateful. So you walk away from that and you feel better because you've expressed it.
Yeah.
But did I communicate it in a way that she can hear it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So communication, we have to think more about communication on the part of the listener. We only think about it in terms of us sharing what it is we got to say. Yeah. And you got to hear this.
Yeah.
And I got to show you how much I'm hurt or how emotional I am or how I feel and this, that, and the third. But marriage is going to demand something of you. Everybody, watch this, isn't large enough for marriage. Deke said, everybody isn't large enough for marriage. I'm not simply saying that. Jesus said that. Okay, it's right here on your screen. Matthew chapter number 19, verse number 11 and 12 says this. This is my ghetto version. The Message version says this. Some from birth regarding marriage seemingly never give marriage a thought. Others never get asked or accepted. And some decide not to get married for kingdom reasons. But if you're capable, watch this, of growing into the largeness of marriage, do it. Keep that right there. So some people are too small for marriage because marriage is going to demand something of you.
That's so good.
And marriage is going to demand that you grow up. Are you here? I can't tell you. We're going to talk about this. I can't tell you the amount of times I sit with I have a whole discipleship cohort and things like that, and I got guys that I talk to in this church and outside this church and for the past 10 years and this, that, and the third. And Pastor, I sit down with them sometimes, and here's some of the things that I've heard over the years. Pastor, it ain't working. No, it ain't working. So what's going on? What's going on? She just don't get it. She don't do what I want her to do. So I said, so you're done? You ready to quit? I said, you play football, right? You play basketball, right? Right. How many times you got on the court and the defense just let you score? Did you quit the game in the middle of it?
Yeah.
So you are used to going against adversity.
Yeah.
I said, what happened in the closest game of your life? 15 seconds on the clock. You got the ball. Did you go out there and say, Coach, that's it for me. It was a good game. I'm done. You didn't do that. What did you do? You went to the huddle and you tried to devise a scheme or a plan to get victory over whatever it is that you're facing.
Yeah.
Marriage is going to require that we are large enough.
Yeah, the scripture that talks about, it talks about husbands and how they should love their wives like Christ loved the church, like Christ died for the church. And I kind of take it with both ways because we love differently. Men love differently, women love differently. But the idea of that scripture is not necessarily talking about you getting in front of a bullet for the person that your spouse or you love. He's talking about dying to yourself. Yep. To dying to your will, dying to what you want, and leaning into what is the goal, what is the aim of a purpose for your marriage. And a lot of times we think becoming one and still remaining who you are.
Nobody's gonna like this message. What should we do? We gotta.
It is the fact that yes, you gotta grow up, but you gotta grow smaller. Are you large enough to be small enough? It's the idea that one of our friends has. It's like this theology of decrease. The theology of decrease, and I'm going to read it to you. It said the theology of decrease is when God calls you to develop a larger soul in order to embrace a lesser role so that you will accomplish a greater goal. I'm going to read that again. When God calls you to develop a larger soul in order to embrace a lesser role so that you can accomplish a greater goal. And we're trying to just get a real picture of what marriage is going to be like. There will be consistent times where you are in a situation, you are in a circumstance, you're in the middle of a valley, you're in the middle of a situation, and you feel that your way is the right way. Somebody said, I feel this way now. I am not married. This is my way, it's the right way. Question is, when you have two people that feel like their way is the right way, can you develop a larger soul and take a lesser role to accomplish the greater goal? Or you're going to stand your ground because I'm right, and I'm going to prove to you I'm right, and I'm not taking... one of the things that has helped us in our journey, because we are very vocal people. One of my scriptures for 1 year, I was thinking, I was like, how can I be better? And the Lord gave me this scripture. He said, just study to be quiet. I wasn't expecting that one. Praise the Lord.
We got to talk about this now, because you done walked up on something.
It's important when we talk about marriage, we talk about relationships, that we are authentic with you guys, that we are real. Right. One of the things, because here's the thing, we both have very strong personalities. Even though we are, you probably see us in different spaces, and we'll be very calm, we'll be very relaxed. But however, in our home and spaces that we are comfortable, we are very vocal, we are very upfront, we are alpha people, okay? So here's the thing, I had to study to be quiet, right? My God, help me. So when it is that you are in a space to where you think you're right, and you know you're right, everything in your body is telling you that you are right. However, you know if you stay on it, it won't be peace.
So you have to decide, do you want to be right, or do you want some rest? Wait a minute, let that marinate. Because some of us are too busy trying to be right that we're not reaching a resolve. Like we're gonna be in a stalemate for 6 days, 8 days, and 2 weeks, and I ain't got nothing to say to her. And you just walking in the house mad. She in the kitchen cooking mad dishwashing, just breaking everything. Because sometimes we're not large enough to have the conversation.
That's it.
So let's unpack this really quickly. We're gonna run through these really quickly, and I think it's important. So Jesus said, if you are capable of growing, so that means we already are not. So that means there's some room to grow. If you are capable of growing into the largeness of marriage, then do it. So the question, so what does that mean? Let's unpack the largeness of marriage. So you must be humble enough to care and to be present. You must be humble enough to care and present enough to be there. Yeah. It's not on the screen, but I need you to catch it. You must be humble enough to care and present enough to be there. In other words, make time. Number 2, you must be secure enough to listen and surrendered enough to grow. We got so much text to get to, I don't have time to go chase these. You must be healed enough to trust and honest enough to try. You must be healed enough to trust. We're going to come back to this. Healed enough. Healed. Number 4, you must honor them in their face and behind their back. Yes. All right? All right, so we have to ask.
I think that's it. Let me stay there.
Go for it. I was trying to get past it, but go.
Yeah. That's so important. Say honor. 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 And this is a word that our culture has become not acquainted with so well, with the idea of honor. And it's important here that we talked about how you honor someone not only in their face but behind their back. And a lot of times we, especially married people, and they lean in singles, what we'll do when we don't want to do something, we'll say, well, let me talk to my husband. Or let me talk to him, let me run it by my wife. Already knowing you want to say no. But however, once you run it by them, and the answer is no, now it's not on you, it's on them. It's funny, but how honorable is that? To where you don't want to feel the disappointment. You don't want to feel the look. You don't want to feel, you too good for us now. You can't hang out with us, so on and so forth. Yeah. Yes. And feel that though. And don't lean it and don't give it to your spouse, because at the end of the day, especially with family, family gonna blame your spouse anyways. Is that girl he with?
You know, she would have went over here if she went with him. It's like she didn't want to.
So how honorable are you? We're trying to be practical. How honorable are you with your family? How honorable are you of your spouse or soon to be spouse? How honorable are you with your friends? Well, you know, she don't really be wanting me to hang out like that. After you get what I'm saying? Like the honesty brings honor. And if you can be honest, watch this. If you can be honest to them and about them, that is what honor is.
Honor in their face and behind their back. How are you talking about your significant other to others? Yes. Because once you get over your madness, they won't. And your family is left with whatever stench you left them with. Yep. Now, y'all done made up. Huh?
Good and made up.
Good and made up. But mama still don't like them. So now how do I handle honor to my side of the family? Is this too real for y'all? Right? Because I got to make sure that they always see her as the queen she is. So you don't bring me nothing about her. There's no sly remarks. You got a problem with her, you got a problem with me.
Hello.
You ain't gonna like me and not like her. Like, and that, see, this has to be known. It has to be blasted over the billboard of y'all marriage.
Right.
We together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever she said. You got to tell your kids that.
Yeah, they should be scared to say something. They should be a little tense to say something of their opinion about your spouse around you. Have you created a space that honors your spouse even in their absence? Have you? Or is it when your spouse is not there, everybody have freelance to say whatever they want to say? I hear that. Somebody said, "Dro, no, they don't." You have to set that standard to show that, hey, listen, what we do, we are honorable. We honor each other, regardless of whether in the presence or in their absence.
Absolutely. The largeness. Everybody say honor. Honor is major. So single mothers, you got to ask yourself, are you ready for the largeness of marriage? Ask yourself, do you want a man right now, or do you really just need to be a mama? Single fathers, you got to ask yourselves this question. Are you emotionally intelligent enough to handle any emotion other than anger? You seriously dating, you have to ask yourself, why haven't you proposed yet? Or why haven't you accepted the proposal that was already given yet? Why are we prolonging the inevitable? At the Fresh Church, don't let me find out you've been engaged for 3 years. Quit playing. Just go ahead and call it off. You don't want to be with them.
Woo!
These 8-year engagements, what are you doing? You're going to start hunching, and then, hey, after that, you just, can I say hunching in church? So we just waiting on the venue. The venue?
For 3 years?
What venue? You ain't on the Taj Mahal. What are you trying to have church? You're trying to get married. What are you trying to get? No, we just waiting, and then we got to get the finance. You don't need, listen to me, you don't need finances to get married. The best thing that you can do is get married, because being married increases your finances. We got to get my money right. That's not why, bro. I promise you, if you feel like, please hear me, is this too real? If you felt like she was the one, you would marry her with a bubblegum ring. And say, baby, all I got, I went to Craigslist.
Yes.
We're going to be real. Craigslist was a thing back in the day for all the gentlemen.
Y'all remember Craigslist?
That was a thing called Craigslist. I went on Craigslist and I found somebody selling a ring. I inboxed the lady. I don't even know if it was called inbox then. I emailed, I don't know what I did. I say, ma'am, I see you selling the ring. You got the ring for, I think she said it was for like $1,500. I said, I don't got $1,500. She said,
So
well,
what it
how
was,
much?
because she was engaged, but they called off the engagement. Yeah.
They called it off. So I'm sorry to hear that. But how much is the ring? I legitimately said that. I said, I feel you. I wasn't pastor there. I was like, I feel you. How much you selling the ring for? Huh? She said 1,500. I said, I don't got 1,500. I called my cousin. My cousin lived down the street. I said, hey man, listen, I need you to do me a favor. We need to go pick up this ring. The lady, she wants 1,500. I don't have 1,500. He said, well, how much you got? I said, I got about 6. I got a strong 6. Right now.
Right now.
But I got it right now though. That's the thing. So I'm trying to increase the urgency with it. I'm like, well, actually, I'm ready to go get it right now. If you're ready to do it for 600, I can meet you right now. We met the lady somewhere in Miami. She was not willing. She didn't want to take the 600. But when we got there, I talked to her a little bit. My cousin gave me 300. We met at 900. I got the ring, and I said, we getting married. We're not playing this game. I'm not going to let a few $100s stop me from my real. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? So the question has to be asked, what are we allowing to be a barrier?
Yeah.
Now, it might not be financial resources and things like that. It might be something emotional that I'm not just saying, just get over it. I'm not saying that. But I am going to ask the question, what am I doing to get through it?
Yeah.
All right, we got to keep moving. All right. Man, don't y'all love y'all church? Y'all make some noise. Y'all love y'all church. Talk about relationships. Jesus. Let's talk about Delilah. Let's get into our text for a moment. Delilah. And not just Delilah, but Samson. Because Delilah gets a lot of flack, but let's deal with both of those. So Delilah really is from the valley of Sorek. Really quickly, Sorek. And by all accounts, is a Philistine territory, right? It's the Philistine territory. Last week, we gave you 3 things that Nazarites were not to do. Got to go back to last week. I hope y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can catch up on what it is that we're teaching. Last week, we told you 3 things that Nazarites were forbidden to do. Wine, anything off the grapevine, cutting the hair, and touching anything dead or unclean. Absolutely. Great class. So here it is. Delilah is from a Philistine territory, right? That particular culture valued sensuality over spirituality. Yeah. Right? She comes from an environment where, watch this, deception in the Philistine territory was normal. Delilah comes from an environment of deception. Yeah. I know you know them. Do you know where they came from? Do you know their family? Come on now. Not have y'all had some barbecue together on the 4th of July. Do you know them? Yeah. Have you communicated with them? Have you had conversations other than high and by with them? Yeah. Do you know what runs in their family?
So good.
Let me say that one again. Do you know what runs in their family? Physically, mentally, emotionally? Do you know what's coming down the line? What do you, not for a cause to make you run out of the door, unless it's something that would make you run out of the door. It's a cause to get in front of, one, both in prayer and then even in preparation. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You need to know if he's the only one in his family that is trying to be married. Yeah. Healthily. Yeah. You need to know that. That doesn't mean run. That just means you need to know so that we can get in front of this.
Yeah. What principalities are assigned to their bloodline? Ooh. Because there's principalities that are assigned to certain bloodlines. That's why all the women are not stable. That's why all the men are womanizers. That's why many of the children are being molested by family members. I'm talking about practical things that we see in bloodlines over and over and over again, generation through generation to generation. Do you know their family fights? Do you know what they're struggling with? Because your family sins oftentimes become your individual struggles. Whatever it was that they had to face is what's going to be chasing you. The question is, how far are you from the chase? How far are you running away from what it is that your family is dealing with? I'm not talking about just them. I'm talking about you. Because not only when you get married, you're not only combining their stuff, it's their family stuff. And not only are they marrying your stuff, they're marrying your family stuff. So if he got a crazy family, I got a crazy family. It's not different. You can't say, well, that's your family and that's your, no. That's your family now. Look to your neighbor and say, that's your family. That's your crazy family.
And your kids? So let's do this let's jump in. Judges 16:1. Y'all got to roll with us because we got so far to go and not a lot of time to get there. Judges 16:1. One day, Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute. He went in to spend the night with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Judges 14, we talked about the first week. Samson went down to Timnah, where he saw this Philistine woman there, linked up with her. Judges 16, Samson goes to Gaza. He saw a prostitute linked up with her. Judges 14, Samson's parents came to him and said, man, you couldn't find somebody else other than this woman? Samson ignored that because we see in Judges 16, verse number 1 shows us that he saw a prostitute in Gaza, went in, spent the night with her. Now, understand that's Philistine territory. The reason I'm saying that is because, watch this, he did not listen to his mother specifically asking him a simple question, can't you find somebody else? Now, when you reject wise counsel, you repeat toxic cycles. When you reject wise counsel, you repeat toxic cycles. That's extremely important to understand because somebody was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Nah, you don't know her like I know her. You don't know him like I know him. All right, we got to keep moving. All right. 14, Samson goes to Timnah, find a woman there. 16, verse number 1, Samson goes to Gaza, find him a woman there. He's spending the night everywhere. Overnight bags everywhere. Samson is not playing. Sowing his royal oats. Judges 16, verse number 5 says this. Sometime later, Samson fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sorek whose name was Delilah. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Body count. Somebody say body count.
Counts.
If I had time, we'll deal with body count. Not today.
I think that should have been a title. I think that should have been a title today.
That should have been the title.
Yeah. We missed it.
That's all right. We wasn't in the spirit. Samson finds this woman named Delilah. Do you see last week Samson's attachment issues? Do you see how he's going from woman to woman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Woman to woman. Now he's ready to marry.
Yeah.
After years of going from woman to woman. Do you see Samson's attachment issues? His AI? His attachment issues?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know that there are some people that gotta be in a relationship?
Yeah.
It's not you find somebody that y'all kick it, whatever. It's not that. It's that I'm done with that. And men, we get over the last woman by getting a new one. That's true.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, let me keep moving. So, because a man get cheated on, you think he takes some time to go find himself? I need to see what God's saying to me. Absolutely not. One door closed. Huh? Another one.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
Hey, all right, she must don't know.
Y'all ain't right. But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Like women, we try to wait, I just got to get myself together and I don't want to keep
Y'all going to Woman Evolve. She's so fresh, experienced. We sitting at home like, all right, so when she get back. Okay, let's keep moving.
Because here's the thing, men already have somebody in the pipeline anyways. They always have a just in case. I'm talking about the ones that ain't saved. I'm talking about the ones that
No, you're not talking about it. You're not talking about Kingsmen.
I'm not talking about Kingsmen.
That's right. That's right.
I'm talking about the other ones.
Let's not hate.
I'm talking about the just in case. The men always want a just in case. They, that fire, that's the fire extinguisher right there, just in case of emergency.
And stay right here. We gotta move, y'all. You said something. We're gonna just jump in. Y'all gotta roll with us. Samson is having this discourse with Delilah. To your point, Samson is having this discourse with Delilah, and Delilah starts asking him a question. Tell me, essentially, the source of your strength. Like, how do I tie you up and subdue you? Yeah. Right? We understand contextually the reason in which the Philistine leaders came to her and they were trying to figure out how they can take down Samson. So they saw that Samson had this affinity towards women. So then they go to Delilah, offer her some cash and say, hey, do me a favor, find out more information about him so that we can subdue him and this, that, and the third, because they understood the power of God that was on Samson. Yeah. Right? That's extremely important. Samson here's Delilah having this conversation. Watch what Delilah says. Judges chapter number 16, verse number 10. It's not on the screen, but this is good. Verse number 10 says, then Delilah said to Samson, you've made a fool of me. You lied to me. Now, come on now. Tell me how you can be tied up. All right? Keep going. Judges 16, verse number 15. I'm coming to your point. Mm-hmm. Then she said to him, watch what she says. How can you say you love me?
Uh-huh. Yep.
You won't confide in me. Watch what the Bible says. This is the third time she says, you've made a fool of me and haven't told me the secret of your great strength. Yeah. Wow. She ain't done. Verse number 16 says this, with such nagging she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it. My question is, Samson, why are you continuing a conversation with somebody that's plotting on your downfall? Why do you have a just in case on the wall of your life that's trying to pull you away from your wife? Jesus. That's trying to pull you away from your husband. That's not your work husband. That's a demon.
Jesus!
And the moment you stop being flattered by people flirting with you, you'll be able to walk in destiny.
Jesus!
You're too happy somebody like your little dress. You're too happy they like your little haircut. Samson, why are you still talking to her? Why haven't you closed the door?
You talking.
Close the door on the conversation. Close the door on the sly remark. Close the door on the, hey, look, how you looking good, big head. Close the door on the DM. Close the door on the sneak combos.
This is good.
Samson, I'm talking about Samson. Samson, why haven't you closed the door yet? Why she still got your ear? Why does he still have your ear? Ladies, you know the last time the serpent had Eve's ear? We just talking, we just texting. No.
Because here's the thing, because Samson recognized his strengths, but he did not recognize his weakness. And that is why we have to not only pursue the will of God, we have to pursue the wisdom of God. Because a lot of us are in his will, but we're struggling. We're in the path, but we can't manage the pains. And what will does, will keeps you in the path. Will leads you to the path, but it is wisdom that helps you to manage the path. What's going to happen in the path. So we can't just play God, I just want to be in his will, because you can be in his will and dumb.
I don't just want your will, I want wisdom.
I want wisdom. I don't just want to be a saved dumb woman. I don't don't want to be a silly. I don't want to just be in church all the time and praying and fasting and speaking in tongues, and I can't make wise decisions.
My God.
And then you make God look bad because people think that's God. They were like, no, them Christian women, they dumb. Everybody be cheating on them. Somebody say wisdom.
Yeah. Verse number 16. We got so far to go, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
And even like marriage, even watch this, because and of course we're leaning up. All of this is preparing you for marriage. Because when it is that you do get married, how do wisdom keep? You're in the will of God. You're married to the person you're supposed to be married to, but it's going to be the wisdom that keep you together. We know the will. Even when we were dating, the will of God put us together, but the wisdom of God, I had to break up with him 3 times.
Jesus. She just said, you thought she just threw that out? I had dumped him like 3 times.
The will of God put us together, but the wisdom of God had me break up with him 3 times.
One for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy
Because
Ghost.
at the end of the day, if God is not first, it's not going to work anyways. Because it's a certain things about perverting the will of God to where it was his intent, but your flesh messed it up. So do you have enough wisdom to put the boundaries in place? Do you have enough wisdom to say, hey, I can't walk around in booty shorts in front of you? Do you have enough wisdom do you have enough wisdom to back off when there's not peace in your house? When spiritual warfare is trying to pull you apart, do you have enough wisdom? Yeah, y'all called to be together, but y'all won't be together long if you don't have wisdom.
And what happens is we end up in our dating lives, we end up building on another AI, which is artificial infrastructure.
Yeah.
We have artificial. It's not. It can't handle the weightiness of a marriage.
Yeah.
Because we did it. We just did it. We didn't necessarily try to go against God, but we did go with our feelings.
Yeah.
It's like, and then we're like, God, come bless it, right? The infrastructure sometimes isn't set. That's why teachers like this is so important. So we talked about artificial intelligence. We talked about artificial attachment issues. And we want to talk for a few minutes before we close out today about artificial intimacy. Delilah gives us a perfect picture of what artificial intimacy looks like. Artificial intimacy, as defined, as our definition, is this. It's a facade of a connection without the cost of covenant. It's a counterfeit closeness that feels like love but functions like leverage. Artificial intimacy is a facade of a connection.
Yeah.
But there's no real covenant there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything is very contractual. It's counterfeit closeness. Feels like love but functions like leverage.
Yeah.
This is extremely important. It looks like love, but it was founded on lust. It is. I got to give you this. Man, I got to give you this, and we're going to roll. This is not on the screen, guys. And if it's too much, y'all just got to come back next week. I don't know. Artificial intimacy trades vulnerability for violation. Artificial intimacy is this idea of oversharing. You understand what oversharing is? Oversharing is we're just getting to know each other, and I'm telling you everything. I need to understand what you can handle before I can give you everything. Because watch this, and I've seen this. When you tell the wrong person too much too soon, you destroy what could be. Now, I'm not a proponent of hiding things. I am saying use wisdom on testing whether or not the relationship can handle what you're getting ready to say. Y'all just met. They don't need to know about your childhood trauma. Because all he's hearing is like, and then what? Your daddy did what? Oh, Lord. No, I can't. No, we good.
And the wrong person can capitalize. They can capitalize on what it is that you're sharing. But not only do we overshare in, those things, we can overshare in our bodies. Overshare in our dreams, not just body. I'm gonna get off of that one real quick. There's a whoo. Oversharing. We're talking about in general, just oversharing things that they have no business. They have not earned what it is that you're giving to them.
Yeah.
So the vulnerability becomes a violation to where it's supposed to be working in your good, or your motive was good. But however, the enemy uses to violate you.
Yeah. Artificial intimacy dulls discernment. Because watch this. Watch this. Are y'all leaning in? Artificial intimacy dulls discernment. Delilah kept asking the same question. Tell me the secret of your great strength. Mm-hmm. Tell me the secret of your great strength. She was faking a feeling to get him to feel the feeling. She was manipulating him. Mm-hmm. And because, watch, I'm trying not to get in trouble because of the kids and stuff. And because all of the blood left Samson's brain,
left it.
He got dumb. Did you know? I didn't learn this in seminary. I don't know if y'all had this in your classes, but they didn't tell me this, but this is something I learned, that sin makes you stupid. And,
They didn't tell me that, but yeah.
They didn't tell you, but it's true,
But
right?
it's true, though.
I
It's true.
believe that.
Yeah, it's true.
Grandma might have said that.
Yeah.
So when intimacy is fake, it clouds our ability to see clearly.
Yeah.
So now you got a good feeling, and now you can't even see clearly. You can't think clearly because everything is going through the lens of what you shouldn't have exposed yourself to in the first place.
Oh.
Is that enough? Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's keep moving then. We got to move. So Delilah didn't love Samson.
No.
She studied him.
Whew. So it's possible to know somebody but not love them.
Yep.
And I think that's important because a lot of times we equate how much a person know you, or the history that you guys have had, familiarity with love. But just because you have history with them, that doesn't mean you have destiny with them.
And artificial, you said that, so artificial intimacy disconnects you from your divine assignment.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to land. It disconnects you from your divine assignment. Samson starts by saying, watch what he says, and I want you to help me with this. Verse number 16 says, so with such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death with it. So he told her everything. This is what he says. He said, no razor has ever been used on my head. He said, because I have been a Nazarite. Oh, a Nazarite? What's that? Dedicated to God from my mother's womb. Okay, stop. Samson was aware of his assignment.
Yeah.
He was clear on who he was, on his identity, but yet he connected with somebody who was unclear about theirs. Then he goes on to say, I'm dedicated from my mother's womb. If my head were shaven, my strength would leave me.
Yeah.
And I would become as weak as any other man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All artificial intimacy disconnects you from your divine assignment. Here it is. Fast forward, Judges 16 and 20. After the Philistine men come in, because Samson gave up the real story on how he could be subdued. After they come in, she ties him up, she shaves his head, all of this thing, they pluck his eyes out, this, that, and the third. He goes and tries to use the strength that he always had. Mm-hmm. And the Bible says, Judges 16 and 20, he did not know that the Lord had left him. Wait, his entire life, Samson was not perfect, but he knew that God was with him. She got to an area of him to where Samson did not know. Jesus. You never want to be in a place where you didn't even know, God, you still with me? When you find yourself in a relational space or even in marriage where it feels like, God, do you even hear me? I have a relationship with you and I feel distant from you.
Yeah.
Right? So here Samson is, from birth he's called, consecrated, Nazarite, set apart, anointed.
Yeah.
But he did not know that the Lord had left him.
Yeah. If the enemy can't get to you, he'll get to the person that's closest to you. If he can't get to you, he'll get to the person that's closest to you. Spouses, are you the weapon that the enemy is using against your spouse? People that's in a relationship, are you the weapon that the enemy is using to cause them to derail them from their path? Is it the person that you're with? Do you love God more than you love them? Or do you love them more than you love God? That is how you judge the situation. If I'm still in love with God more than I am in love with them, then this thing can work. But if the tables ever turn to where I am more engulfed in them, enamored with them, dedicated to them more than I am with God, that is when you find yourself where he's left and you don't know.
Jesus.
And the enemy often uses the people that is closest to you to do it. When the enemy wanted to get to Adam, he went to Eve. When the enemy wanted to get to Job, he went to Job's wife. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And when it is that you join yourself with someone, not only does that is an extra access, not only to God, because when you find a wife, when you find favor, but it's the opposite too. Are you connected to favor? Are you connected to unfaithfulness? Those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves when it is that we are making this. Are we large enough? Are we large enough to make the right decisions to grow into what it is marriage really looks like?
We're done. We want to give you this in a practical sense. Right here on the screen, there are 5 D's to develop authentic intimacy over artificial intimacy. Here they are. Discern before you disclose. Define the relationship. Don't drift in it. What are we doing? Are we in this to make this something? I don't play date. I date on purpose. Right? Develop trust. Don't demand it.
Yeah.
Develop trust. Don't demand it. Trust is earned in drops and lost in buckets. Number 4, demonstrate mutual sacrifice. Number 5,